This conference will now be recorded.
So guys, in our today's session, we'll see something more on Dart. And once again, we are still in our programming language basics, and we will be focusing on our basic fundamentals itself. Okay. So in the tour of Dart part 2, what I am going to do is, first of all, we'll just have a small introduction to multi-value containers. So we did see and understood models in the Dart itself, right? So single value containers and the multi-value containers. Now consider this representation here. What we see is one of these restaurants on Zomato. So this Zomato restaurant called Gopal Sweets here, we cannot represent it in a list, right? We cannot even represent it in a, you can say, string. This has to be something known as hash map. Okay. So, and further, this may be collection of some data structures. Let's see. So in the main function, I'm going to create something known as restaurant, which is going to be a map, right? So this restaurant is a map object, and it's gonna have something like name. So this name may be Gopal Sweets. Then a restaurant may have some phone number associated. Then there could be a case that we have some address associated. This may go as Saravanagar, correct? And there can be a price per person, which can be, let's say, 150. And there may be a time to deliver. This may be, let's say, 35 minutes. And could be a case that we have categories. So categories may be a list, right? So categories may further be a list that what and all are the categories which this guy will serve. For example, there may be mithai in the category, right? There may be veg. This may be the North Indian, right? So on and so forth. So this is how I can understand that the restaurant here is something which is a kind of a dictionary or a hash map, right? And we can create as many as key value pairs we want, right? So this is your map. So generally, where are you going to represent this map? This is the way. Okay, so just give me a moment. What we did, yeah, my bad. This is var here. So variable restaurant, right? And let's print this fellow. We'll even do small printing on this variable restaurant. So let's run this program and now see that we do have a restaurant, and this is how the data gets printed for us, correct? So whenever you will be in the application development layers, so you will always work with maps and the lists majorly. That is the reason that these data structures are quite important for us. So I can later associate a key in my restaurant. For example, we can go and we can say restaurant, and we can say reviews, that goes like 5.0. And let's reprint the restaurant. You run the program. So in the next print statement, you see that a new key value pair has been added in the restaurant. So generally, there can be some dishes which can be associated to a restaurant, right? So if you open up this Gopal, right, you will have some dishes to order from, right? Maybe the menu. Is it coming up here or not? So it's not coming up here. Okay, so let me just go back. Okay, it's not showing here. Maybe in the app they would show, but we can just try to create this kind of a dish menu from here. So there may be dishes associated to the restaurants. For example, dish one is again a dictionary. So what is the name of the dish? This may be a samosa, right? What is the price for the dish? This may be 20 rupees. So this is my first dish. Then there may be a second dish. Then there may be a third dish, right? So let's say that this is going to be something known as gujia, maybe 200. Let's say we'll have noodles worth 150, right? So these are the three dishes which are there with the restaurant. And next is what I can create a variable called dishes. This may be a list which contains dish 1, dish 2, and the dish 3, right? So this is how we create a list of dishes. And finally, I can go in my restaurant and I can attach one key called dishes and give the value as dishes. Let's now do a printing on a restaurant once again. So here we are. So finally, here, if you see the output part, now what you see, dishes is a list of further hash maps. Guys, I hope this entire program is clear to everyone, right? So it's what where we are trying to understand multi-value container combinations, and these are the combinations which are quite famous in the world, in the IT industry, as JSON, right? So we call it as JavaScript object notation, which is basically dictionary, or you can say a map of lists and dictionaries. So it's a combination of lists and dictionaries internally. Let me show you one of the examples here. So covid19india.org, and we got this data.json file. So the JavaScript object notation, so it's a map here. If you see, it's a map, starts as a map. The first key is case time series, and the value is a list. And the zeroth index of the list is the first day of the case series, the second day of the case series, so on and so forth. We got the data, right? So this data structure and the combination of the data structure is pretty much important for everyone to understand, right? So can I get a smiley from all of you? Let me share this program over the chat. You may review if you want, and you can let me know if we are good to go. So very basic assignment for all of you. Represent data in map and lists from the website. So we got this website called covid19india.org. So what I want you guys to do is to just take down this data, create a dictionary, right? So you write a dictionary where keys are the states, and for every key we have a value, which is again a dictionary with the keys as confirmed, how many cases are confirmed, how many cases are still active, how many are recovered, and how many are deceased, right? So try creating a sort of a data structure so that you can get used to the synthetical approach. Okay, guys, languages are not complicated. So sometimes syntaxes are the ones which you need to understand. They become complex for us. Okay, so why you should code? It's just for the way of better synthetical understanding. So this is your very first discussion for the day. Let me start saving it. So dot session 2A. So moving ahead with this, that you understood what are models. Now I'm going to proceed towards our concept of controllers, where controller means that you're going to logically process the data. Okay. So in the model controller architecture, so views will be the UIs which will write in our Flutter apps. Okay, not here. So controller means logical processing of data. So it is divided into three categories. The first one are operators. Why you need to use operators? For mathematical computations. You need operators for mathematical computations. Number two are the conditional flows. Why do you need the conditional flows? So as to decide what or where the control shall move as per user's decision. Now, for example, in case I am opening this Zomato website, let's say zomato.com. Now, there could be a case that here, from here, the user can search that which city I would like to go. For example, I would like to go with the Delhi. So in the Delhi, where exactly you would like to search? So this is the conditional flow. What in case I click on the industrial area? So the restaurants must be different. If I click on the Delhi, India, it should try to give me all the restaurants. If I click on Delhi Global Hospital, it may give me the data from the teachers colony, right? So this is something which you need to understand in a way that conditional flows, they will decide where the control shall move as the user's decision, as per user's decision, right? Number three are iterations. So iterations are what? So if you look onto the Zomato, right? If I search for something known as burger, now there is an iterative approach. So any of the restaurant which contains burger should automatically be retrieved, right? So it's a long list which I can see containing all the burgers, right? So for this, what we need to do is write something known as loop and solve the problem. So iterations is to do something in repetition, correct? So we'll now start discussing them one by one. So we'll finish off all these three things by the day, right? We'll start working from operators and slowly we'll proceed. So 1.1 is your arithmetic operators. So these are like your plus, minus, multiply, divide, right? And we do have something known as a tilde and a divide. Then there can be a remainder for the same purpose as we checked yesterday, hash codes. So let's say that there is a number 1 whose value is 10 and there is a number 2 whose value is 3, and you are looking for a result which is number 1 divide by number 2. Let's print the result is dollar result, correct? So run the program. So this is a very basic calculation, guys, right? So you are dividing a number by another number. So this is the only challenge with the online compilations. So what we see is a value of type double cannot be assigned to a variable of type integer, right? So I created this result which is of type integer, right? And I'm writing this division operation. So generally, the division may not be always an integral result. it may be a double value. So you don't know what is the type of result, right, which you'll get. So here is the case when you should write var, because you don't know the result may be integer or maybe double type, right? So that is what is the error. So we'll now move it and we'll run and we see the result coming as 3 dot all the threes. So if you want, you can try writing the program where I can just say this tilde operator before this division operator, and now you run the program, so you get to see an integral division, right? So this is a double point division, or you can say this is a decimal part of divisions, and this is your integral divisions. Now it's your choice what you have to do and how you have to proceed, right? So there is a hash table whose capacity is let's say 10 buckets, right? Maybe 10 buckets, and there is a number or data which we want to store in the hash table, right? And the data is 99. So which bucket the data should be stored? Now I'm not gonna use my double point division, right? I'll use my integral division, right? So I'll say int bucket number, or you can even say that this guy becomes your hash code, right? So this is your data. Give me the remainder with the hash table capacity. Okay, so let's say print hash code is dollar hash code. Now in the print statement, you can even try writing the computation and it can yield you a result. So what I'm trying to say is this can even be written in the print statement, but you need to see if I write an expression in the print statement, it cannot go with the dollar in this manner. It would be a problem here. So you just need to put this parenthesis and not parenthesis, braces maybe, and now you try to run the program, you get to see the data. So remember, if you have an expression which you want to solve and write in the print statement somewhere, so with the dollar you put these curly brackets. Okay, so dollar and curly brackets to have an expression in print statement. Okay, so other way around, this is dollar and variable to print a variable. So sometimes you may get confused while using these syntaxes, so do be aware on these points. Okay, so we have a variable called a as 10, and I said a plus plus, I said plus plus a, minus minus a minus minus, and finally plus plus a. Then I'll say print me a is dollar a. So let me know what is the result of a. So what will be the value of a? And I'm going to write one more expression here. So there is an expression for which I want a result. This goes like a plus plus, then plus b plus plus, then plus 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 b, and then finally minus 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 b. Okay, so I'll have one more variable which goes like a b with the result as plus plus a. So print me expression result is dollar of expression result. Guys, what is the output here? Let's check your operators knowledge. So Ajay, Rambika, Amrit, Bikram, Dilpreet, Gurmandeep, Gurpreet, Manoj, Misha, and Puneet, guys. What do you think? What is the output? So you can just take your a moment and try giving me the outputs. So guys, acknowledgements awaited from all of you. So what should be the results? I'm expecting one reply on the chat window from all of you. So A is 10 here. So what is the value of A here? And what is the expression result here? So may I know, are you still working on the problem statement, guys? So plus plus in prefix or postfix remains the same. It means increment, and this guy means decrement. And here your A becomes 11 once again. Okay, so the output which we should get here is 11. And when I say B sign plus plus A, it means increment first and then a sign, right? So your A becomes 12 and so is your variable B. B is also 12 and A is also 12. So till here B is 12, A is 12. Now coming here, right? So this is like A plus 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 B plus 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 B and minus minus B. So this is what I'm expecting from you as in the output. So till here I'll run so that you understand that okay, A is 11. So what do you think? What is the output now? Okay, so Amrit has said that the expected result may be 23, the expression result. So Puneet, Misha, Manuj, Gurpreet, Gurmandeep, Dilpreet, Bikram, Amit, Ambika. Yeah, so Amrit has already answered. Ajay B, guys, outputs expected from all of you. Okay, so none of you reverting. That's strange. Can I get a smiley from all of you? I hope I'm audible. We're connected, guys. Yeah, we are connected, sort of, right? Great. So let me run this program. So at least two have answered, and let's see if they are in exactly the correct shape or not. Expected result is 25. So I got 23 as two answers. Anyone else who got the result 25 but wasn't able to write it? So I may get all the replies now. Okay. So how this happened, right? So let's see. A was 12. So this is a postfix notation. So A will be 12, but later it will be incremented, right? So plus B, B is also 12. Later it will be incremented, right? So we said plus 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 B. Now here B value is already 13 and this guy becomes 14. And then minus, we have to say it as so plus plus B. So B here is, please understand here, so B value here was 12, correct? I can just do a small operation for all of you. So I can say here that B is $B. You need to understand that how the things are working. So when I say B as $B, it is 12. Yes, we can even print A, right? So that you understand both of them before this expression is going to be executed. So let the output come for us. So here you are, A12 and B12. So the same fundamental applies here. So A will be substituted as 12. Okay. Because it will be incremented later. Used first, increment later, but it will be incremented. Plus 12 again. So this is our result. Then plus B. Now in the next usage, B is already incremented by 1. So here use as 12 and then increment. That becomes 13. So here it becomes 14. So now I have minus B, right? So if you decrement the B, it's gonna be 13, right? So what is the overall result? It's 25. That is what you get the expected result. Can I get a smiley from all of you? Even a very small use case, but you should know what is what. Okay, guys. So after these arithmetic operators, we so these are increment and decrement operators basically. We have logical operators to use from, and they are like greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, maybe equal to, not equal to, right? So you have some money in your wallet. So your wallet balance is, let's say, 300, and there is a cab fare which is coming as 575, right? Now can you book the cab or not, right? So logical operators are always the ones which will give us the results. So not logical, my bad, conditional, please, my bad, conditional. So they generate the results as booleans. Generate result as booleans. So we have a wallet balance, we have a cab fare. Can you book the cab or not, right? So this may be one of the condition we want to check. So can I book the cab? So I will give an expression here and check for this part. So for this, my wallet balance, if you want to book the cab, your wallet balance should be greater than or maybe equal to the cab fare. Then it would make a sense to book the cab. Other way around, it won't be possible for us to book the cab, right? So it says false. It means the result for such kind of situations, they will be false for us. Now we can use something known as logical operators, right? So this is your 1.3, maybe 1.4. So these are your ANDing. So guys, the same operators, they are used in almost all the languages, because all of them, they are computations which are done by the processor eventually. So they are processor level operators, right? There could be a case that in my phone I have this internet connection, right? Is internet enabled? This may be true, and there may be one more boolean which can be, is GPS enabled? So remember, Dart gives you a very basic, generic term called var. Don't get confused. If you can specify the data type, you go ahead with the data type. If you cannot specify the data type, you write var. Unlike Python, you can skip it, but here in Dart, you cannot. You need to mention at least either a var, and yes, it can, if you don't want to mention it as var, it can become a constant. So when I write it as a constant, it means that it will always be true. It cannot be manipulated. Now, if you wish to browse Google Maps, correct? So I need to write print. Can we navigate using Google Maps? So in order to navigate on the Google Maps, so there has to be two conditions which you need to test. First thing is is internet enabled. So this guy should be true, and your GPS must be enabled, right? So both of them must be true. Only then you would be able to come up and navigate using Google Maps. So when I'm writing my Flutter app, when I'm writing an Android app, so you should always do some condition testing. Are we connected to the internet or not? Is the user connected to the internet or not, right? So there may be user is trying to attempt for the registration, but we don't have any internet connectivity. So you need to give a suitable message to the user. So you need to have some variables which will hold the state of Boolean, and then you can use them and process them accordingly. So we do have something known as you can say type test operator, right? So this may be type test operator. For example, there is this pi which is having a value 3.14. So I can say print is pi double, right? So how are you gonna check? So I can say dollar, and the operator is known as is not and as. Okay, so I'll just say pi is double. Let's run the program. It says true, yes, that the pi is double. So I can say is pi not integer? So pi is not integer. So these are a few more different variable syntaxes which we can work on, right? So it's not integer, that's true, it's not integer. So logical or will say either one should be true, and says both should be true. Correct, guys? So is and is not, and there is something more which is known as. Okay, so we have is not, and as. So as is basically related to object oriented programming structure. It is basically where you have to test two different user defined data types. Now few more operators which are used in the world of cyber security. They are known as bitwise and shift operators. So bitwise and shift operators. So this is your bitwise operator. So and, or, XOR. Then these are the shift operators, right shift and the left shift, right? So let's say there is a variable called number one, which is okay. We have a number one variable. Let's say n1 is 10. So what is the representation of 10 in binary? It's 1010. It's 4-bit representation, right? I've taken a 4-bit representation, and n2, let's say it is 8. So 8 can be represented as 1 and all zeros. So if I'll say where n3, which is going to be n1 and n2, so this is an AND operation, a bitwise AND operation, which means that both should be 1, only then the output should be 1. So this will give me the value as 8. Then there can be 94, which can be an XOR operation, exclusive OR operation, right? Which says strictly either one should be true. So here it will be 0, 0, then here it will be 1 and here it will be 0. So this becomes the number 2. So we're strictly 1 0 and 1 1, right? So 1 1 and 1 0, then you will get the 1 exclusive OR operation. So let us print n3 is $n3 and n4 is $n4. You run the program. So here we are, n3 is 8 and n4 is 2, right? So guys, the bitwise operators which we can use. Let us also come and see. So this is your 1.6. This shift operator, right? So there is a variable called n5. You say n1 right shift by 3. So what is this? So n1 must be divided by 2 power 3. So n1 is 10, right? So you need to divide. So right shift means division and left shift means multiplication. Or let's say n1 to be left shift by 3, right? So multiply by 2 power. But of course there is one more detailed way of understanding it, that you generate the bit pattern and then you do a manual shifting on them, right? So that is also there. N5 is dollar of n5 and we have n6 as dollar of n6. Let's run the program, guys. So n5 is 1. So 2 power 3 is 8, right? So 8 ones are 8, remainder is 0, and 10 multiplied by 2 power 3 8 is 80. I hope the results are clear to everyone. Then one of the operators which we definitely use is a ternary operator. So it is supported in Dart as well. So it's a shorthand testing, right? So which we can deal with. Let me show you one of the use cases. So there is a variable called x1. So it's a question mark and a colon. There is a variable called, we can just come in and use the same state variables, guys. Wallet balance and cap fare, right? So there is this, let's say, var called discount. Okay. So discount is what now? So I'm going to first of all write my condition. So in case this cap fare is greater than, if the cap fare is greater than 500, I am going to give a discount of let's say 100 rupees. So sorry, this is supposed to be question mark. In case cap fare is greater than 500, the discount is 100 rupees, else the discount is 50 rupees. So I've taken up one previous part. So there may be a case that you would like to offer your customer a discount, and this can be one single expression and it can be done for us. So discounts for dollar cab fare or discount for dollar cab fare is \u 20b9. Let me try here. Dollar discount. This may or may not come up as a symbol. It's a Unicode for Indian symbol rupee, but let's see. Yeah, it came up here, right? So you can use Unicodes. You can use Unicodes in your strings. So Dart will support Unicode characters, right? And you can use Unicodes by \u, then the 4-digit hexadecimal code, right? And of course, you can just check for the unicodetable.com to have the Unicodes for various different characters available universally. Okay. for Unicodes. Now let's see the next part of our discussion, guys, where we are going to come here and say, so I think I missed one of the operators. We got these assignment operators. I think I missed that. Did I miss it? Let me check. Yes. So guys, these are basic assignment, plus assign, minus assign, multiply assign, divide assign, so on and so forth, right? So I can just say discount plus assign 0 point, or let's say plus taxes, maybe taxes as 20, right? So I can say print discount. I can just come here and say final discount is \u 20b9 and the dollar discount. Right, so you got the data updated. So assignment operators in action, guys. So I'll take one more operator. This is quite a useful operator, right? So this is something known as null check operator. Sometimes this null checker operator comes with a double question marks. Okay, there could be a case, a variable which you have created, for example name, and if I just say print name is $name, right, and you run the program, you'll get to see name is null. As I discussed yesterday, in Dart everything is reference type, so you will not get any variables default value as 0 or maybe 1 or any other value, right? So by default every reference variable which you create, it will have a default value as null, right? So if you are writing some programmatical expression, and you can actually do a cross check. For example, I can say name question mark assign 100. So what does this mean? This means that assign 100, not 100, let's say John, assign John to name only. So I'll say if and only if it's not null. I mean if it's null, right? In case name is null, only then give the value as John, right? So if I'll say print name is $name, right, and run the code, so it's a null check property which will check the null and then assign the value. Okay, so something with the Dart, right? So let's see. Still in the run mode. Sort of, yeah. So now you see name is John, right? But assuming that the name value is already coming as Fiona, okay? So if it is already coming as Fiona, and now you run the program, you see it didn't updated the value of name. Since the name is not null, so value remained same. So that is what is the null check doing here for us, right? So let me come here and save this code, and share. I'm sharing this code over the chat as well. If you want, you can just review it, guys. So let's have a small break of 10 minutes, and thereafter we will be moving ahead with our next discussion, right? So let's have a small break. Thank you guys. Let's have a small break. So guys, I'm there, I'm back. I hope all of you can hear my voice and screen is visible. So please acknowledge me. In case audio video good to go, we are connected. All right, guys. So now we'll move ahead and we'll see the next part of our discussion. So as of now, we have finished our operators, and now I'm going to take you down to something known as conditional flows. So in the conditional flows, we'll take up one use case where the user may try to apply a promo code on the UI screen, right? Let's try to come here and see Zomato promo code. We'll say some images. So typically on the UI, you have this option to apply some promo codes, right? If you see here, so if you apply the promo codes, you get some discounts, correct? So we'll try to kind of replicate the similar flow. So there is a promo code which is known as Jumbo, and there is some amount for your order, right, which is after the taxes or maybe before the taxes. Let's say this is before the taxes, right? I'll say 500. Now we'll just try to write a small program where we'll see if the promo code which the user has applied, okay, if the promo code which has been applied is going to match, we'll give a flat 40% off, right? So this Jumbo as promo code is flat 40% off, right? So Jumbo is the promo code which gives us flat 40% off. So if the promo code which the user has applied is Jumbo, right? So in case the promo code applied is Jumbo, what we'll do is our amount will be subtracted from the amount. So what is this amount? Assign amount minus, let's say 0.40 into the amount, right? So we are giving one discount here to the user. In the else case, there is no discount, right? So your amount remains unaffected. And here I'm gonna say print, please pay \u 20b9, or we'll write this after the if and else, the final amount, dollar amount. And here I'm gonna say print promo code Jumbo applied successfully, right? And in this case, promo code maybe we can say invalid. Let's run the program. So what we are trying to understand here is that conditional flows, they are the ones which are written through if and else. So we have a if block, we have an else block. Condition satisfied, we execute the if block, and if the condition is dissatisfied, we execute the else block. Okay, so my bad. So semicolon missing here. Let's run the code once again. So promo code Jumbo applied successfully, and please pay rupees 300. So guys, could be a case, right? The user may have multiple promo codes to use from. Okay, so could be a case that the Jumbo as a promo code is going to give a discount of 40%, and Zomato as a promo code may give us let's say a flat 50%, right? So we got these two promo codes. So your if else over here is known as regular if else, correct? So you have this regular if else coming in. So we need to use ladder of if else. It means a lot of conditions to be tested. There may be a case promo code is Jumbo. So now this statement can be reduced as this amount minus assign, right? So this means the same operation. We used an assignment operator, and we are done with it. So there can be a case that with the if we have this else if case and then the else case in the end. So the promo code if not jumbo, what in case the user has applied the promo code as Zomato. So for Zomato, we're gonna give a 50% off, right? So 0.50. So promo code Zomato applied successfully. Let's run the code. So as of now, the promo code is Jumbo. It will give me the same output. Let's change the promo code to Zomato and run the program. Here, since the promo code has been modified, so it is 50% off coming up for us. And in case you try to apply the promo code like Bingo, this may be an invalid promo code, right? And you need to pay the entire amount. So can I get a smiley, guys? I hope this is clear. This is where we understand so Gurpreet, we are already applying the promo code on some particular amount, right? 500. So you are saying that we should test the amount that I have to come up and do. Okay. Now there may be one more use case. The use case is that there is the promo code called Bingo. This is applicable for amount greater than let's say 600, but up to rupees 200. So Bingo is also something known as a discount code, right? And Jumbo and Zomato, they may work as in flat. We don't care how much is the amount, but Bingo is going to give you, let's say, a flat 60% off, right? Not 60, let's say 20% off, right? And up to rupees 200. Okay, you can take it like that. So this one use case may cover a lot of stuff here and there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is let us comment this letter if else. We'll be using this letter if else, of course. And I'm going to bring down something known as nested if else as well. Okay. So promo code Jumbo, promo code Zomato, and there could be a case that the user would like to put a promo code called Bingo. Now for my promo code Bingo, I need to once again check that is the amount greater than or equal to 600 and the else case. If the amount is greater than or equal to 600, so there has to be a discount which I need to offer to my customer, right? In the else case, there would be no discount, right? So promo code not applicable. So this is my else case, right? So promo code not applicable. So now what I'll do is I'll calculate the discount. Let us calculate the discount, which is going to be your 0.20 times the amount, right? So this is your discount, and now I need to further check that if this discount goes greater than 200, right, and the else case. In case the discount which has been computed, it is greater than 200, then let the discount be 200 only. Else case we are, yeah, so don't need the else part, right? In case the discount is greater than 200, we'll say update the default value of discount to 200 again, right? So we'll just say it is 200, flat 200, right? Not greater than that. Now here I will say amount is my amount minus discount. So either the discount will be 20% or the 200, whichever is applicable, right? So it is something like this, greater than 600 but up to rupees 200. So we have bingo applied and we have this 700. So on 700, 20% would be off, right? So 140 is gonna be off, and we'll see if bingo is applied successfully or not for us. Okay, so amount is amount minus discount, and we'll say promo code bingo applied successfully. So if else, within the if else is what we got nested if else, right? So please pay rupees 560. Now consider that your amount over here is not 700, but amount is 400, and you applied bingo. So you run the program. Promo code not applicable, right? And please pay rupees 400. Let's try with something known as 1200. So on 1200, 20% off means 240 bucks, right? So we didn't get a discount of 240. Rather, what we got a discount of only 200, right? So not 240. So this is what is your nested if else and the other stuff, guys. Acknowledgements awaited from all of you guys if we are clear till here. All right, so let me comment this part. And the next key concept for us is where I'll explore switch case. So this would be the last part for our session, and iterations we may take tomorrow, right? So they are just the for, while, do while, etc. and etc. We'll just see it tomorrow. Now, once the order has been placed, like with your if else and all the other part, right? Let it be working for us. It's okay. In the switch case, considering that once your order is placed, right? So there is a state, and the state for me is placed. Correct. So there is a variable called state, and it is placed. So we have a switch case, which we put it on the state, and there is a case called placed. So in case your order is placed, we are going to notify restaurant to start preparing the order, and at the same time we'll also notify rider to pick up the order, right? So two things here, and then you need to put a break here. If you not put the break, the other case will be executed, right? So when the order is placed, now when the rider will pick the order, and he will actually move into the transition, right? So he's on the way. So maybe he's in the state called ship, or maybe shipment, on the way, right? So I can just print here, notify user, rider is on the way, right? And order is picked up. I can put the break. So just a use case of how we can, this can also be done with a ladder of if else. Okay, if state is placed, else if. So having a switch case means you land up into the exact case, you save more time. So there may be a case the food is delivered. So thank you for choosing Zomato as your food partner, right? So guys, this is how we generally come up and create the state. So now you need to assume when user will place order, state of order will be placed. So this shipment will be when a restaurant will hand over order to the rider, and this is when rider will deliver the order to customer. Now you can just assume, right? So when the customers, they receive orders. So the guy who is delivering the order, right, he will update the data in his application. So that is how he's manipulating the states of your order, right? So when you run the program, if the state is placed, it says notify restaurant and notify rider to pick the order. Let's change the state to delivered, right? So this variable will be modified by some other application. So there are three applications, right? The user places the order, restaurant app ships the order, and the rider app delivers the order, right? So that is how it is. So can I get a smiley as an acknowledgement, guys, from all of you? So this is what we got, conditional flows. Let me save this program. So I'm gonna give you one assignment here, a small assignment on the promo codes. So the assignment goes like where user may enter a promo code which will give a lesser discount or no discount. So optimize your program and suggest the right promo code to the customer in case he has entered a wrong one. Now what I'm saying is this assignment is where you guys need to understand the fundamental in a way. I have applied one promo code called Zomato. Now this will give me 20% off. So there is one more promo code called Bingo. This will give me 40% off. So you need to suggest the user that you apply Bingo, not Zomato. There is one more promo code called Jumbo, which I have applied, but this is an invalid promo code. So you need to suggest me the promo codes, that which promo code is the best one for me and which I should apply. Okay, so this is what is the assignment for all of you. Yes, here you are with the code on the chat. So Gurpreet, I have shared the code on the chat. So anyone with any query now? So Ajay Veer, Ambika, Amrit, Dilpreet, Gurmandeep, Gurpreet, Manoj, Puneet, guys, are we all clear till here? So this is what we got for the day in the tour of Dart part 2. So introduction started with something known as storage containers. Then we went into operators and finally into this conditional flows with if else and the switch cases. We do have the loops, but we'll take them tomorrow. I won't be able to finish it in time today, so we'll take them tomorrow and we'll see some more stuff. So thank you so very much. And now if you have any queries, you can unmute, you can speak, you can interact, guys. Thank you.